In 2025, US trips to Europe fell by 7%, while flights to Asia and Africa jumped by double digits. Rising costs, safety fears, and new cultural ties are reshaping travel history. Here are some shocking facts, and the very last entry hides a stunning bonus surprise. Ever wonder why Europe isn't topping American summer bucket lists anymore? In 2025, just 33% of US respondents say they plan to visit Europe, a 7-point drop from 2024. It's part of a broader trend. Americans are cooling on Europe's castles, cafes, and cobblestone charm, and for a mix of personal and political reasons. First off, money matters. Travel costs across Europe are climbing. Nearly half of American travelers skipped Europe because of soaring prices. Flight fares, meals, hotels, museum tickets, all adding up fast. But there's more beneath the surface. Nearly 72% of frequent travelers feel that in 2025, Americans might be seen less favorably abroad, largely tied to current US foreign policies. The European Travel Commission suggests that political unease about how Americans are perceived, especially under President Trump's confrontational stance, may be dimming the appeal of Europe. Take Canada, the UK, or France. Some US travelers already face subtle cold shoulders or awkward interactions prompted by politics. A Business Insider piece recounted how a family in Canada felt dismissed when asking for directions while wearing MAGA hats. Another report shows people are quietly choosing to alter clothes, topics, and photos to appear less loudly American overseas. The drop is real in the air too. Cirium data shows summer bookings from US cities to Europe were down around 12.6% compared to last year. So while Europe wasn't exactly shoved off the map, its allure is slipping, and slipping fast. Still, many Americans are pushing back. Some budget, save, and go anyway. Terrific airfare deals and fixed priorities help, but the trend lines are clear. High costs, political discomfort, and shifting perceptions are nudging more US travelers off Europe's beaten path. If Europe is being quietly crossed off US maps, two places are stepping into the spotlight: Asia and Africa. And guess what? Big moves by airlines in the travel industry are making it happen fast. Let's start with the skies. In 2025, travel to Africa just got way easier. United Airlines launched a direct route from Washington, D.C. to Dakar, Senegal, 3 times a week. That means cultural trips to Gorée Island, the Pink Lake, and vibrant Dakar are back on the radar. Meanwhile, Delta added a flight from Atlanta to Accra, Ghana, using the modern Airbus A330-900neo, comfy and smooth for solo explorers. Around the same time, Delta added a seasonal route from New York, JFK to Lagos, Nigeria, another East meets West gateway. Plus, there's more regional momentum. A new airline expanding in West Africa is now eyeing cities like Accra, Monrovia, and Dakar, marking Africa's growing travel connectivity. So what's behind this flight boom? Business travel is merging into leisure travel, coined bleisure. As fintech, gaming, music, and fashion industries grow in Africa, professionals are mixing work with exploration. Meanwhile, TUI, the mega tour operator, is making significant moves across Asia and Africa. In Asia, they're doubling their hotels by 2027, adding 22 new resorts across Vietnam, China, and Southeast Asia. These include a wellness resort near Angkor Wat in Cambodia, with magnesium pools, yoga studios, and sound healing. Over in Africa, TUI is strengthening its portfolio with new resorts in Egypt, like TUI Blue Samaya in Marsa Alam, and Tunisia, TUI Suneo Palm Beach, Scanes, featuring pools, aqua parks, and wide gardens, designed for rest, sun, and safety. All of this signals a deeper shift. Asia and Africa are now destinations of choice, not just gap adventures. Together, new flight routes and resort investments are making these regions feel comfortable, accessible, and exciting for Americans. What's happening here isn't random, it's calculated, global, and inviting. It means there are powerful new reasons to choose Asia or Africa in 2026. Sun, culture, modern comfort, and affordable luxury. Ready for what comes next? Are Americans still drawn to old world landmarks? Sure, but just as many are chasing something deeper: wellness, purpose, and transformation. In 2025, a wave of travelers, nicknamed Me-Mooners, booked solo journeys not for sightseeing, but for personal growth and self-discovery. Wellness tourism is booming. The Global Wellness Institute projects it will grow from $850 billion in 2021 to $2.1 trillion by 2030, and a huge chunk of that comes from North American travelers. Destinations in Thailand, South Africa, and Namibia are becoming hotspots for retreat-style journeys, led by eco-lodges and healing experiences. Vaccines and digital detoxes are out. Longer-term healing is in. Booking.com calls it the passport to longevity. In 2025, 52% of Americans say they'd pay for a trip designed to improve health and lifespan. Nearly 49% want the trip to be more than a spa. They want life-changing impact, like cryotherapy sessions, red light therapy, or even stem cell treatments in remote wellness retreats. India is stepping up, moving beyond budget yoga retreats to share its ancient wellness wisdom in a luxe new light. With mountain detox programs, spa safaris, and Ayurveda-powered healing experiences that draw global visitors and boost local economies. Even farming is getting a wellness makeover. Regenerative farm stays combining sustainability, luxury, and nature immersion are projected to become a $14.5 billion market by 2029. This farm hospitality trend is perfect for travelers craving meaningful connection and grounding in natural rhythms. And travelers with bigger budgets are booking deeply transformative trips. SmartFlyer reports six-figure trips are up 26% year-over-year, with safari bookings spiking 22%, where people experience rediscovery on a life-changing African wildlife adventure. So it's not just about castles or museums anymore. Travelers want experiences that heal, ground, and inspire. More and more Americans are not just vacationing, they're relocating. What's driving them to pack their lives, bold as they are? For many African Americans, it's about heritage, identity, and a sense of belonging that feels impossible to find at home. Take Kenya. A growing wave of African Americans is moving to Nairobi, speaking of it as the coming home. Retired veteran Kenneth Harris, for instance, swapped Atlanta for Kenya 2 years ago. Now he thrives running an Airbnb from a rooftop with golden sunset views, surrounded by warmth, history, and shared culture. This isn't trend tourism. It's finding a place where their skin, identity, and story feel understood. Another example, YouTuber Austin Holloman settled in Nairobi and said it felt better than returning to the US. He describes being around people who look like me and feeling accepted in a way he'd never experienced back home. It's not just individuals. Businesses are growing too. The relocation service Adala. Relocation Services reports they've helped 15 families settle in Kenya so far, with others booked through 2026. Just knowing they're leaving when the time's right. This movement is part of Blaxit, a growing sociological wave where people of African heritage choose to leave the US or Europe to live in Africa. Countries like Ghana and Benin are welcoming diaspora communities with easier citizenship for descendants of Africans abroad. Ghana alone granted citizenship to 524 Americans last year, many seeking a deeper cultural connection. This isn't new. In the 19th century, the Back to Africa movement saw freed African Americans settle places like Liberia and Sierra Leone. While complex and often controversial, today's reverse migration is driven by identity, heritage, and cultural resonance. It's emotional, chosen, not forced. In Ghana today lives around 3,000 to 5,000 African Americans, and many feel called back to places where icons like W.E.B. Du Bois or Maya Angelou once walked. These are not trips or experiments, they're new chapters. Americans are not just traveling, they're redefining home. And this shift isn't starting or stopping with one country, it's a cultural wave reaching across a continent. So if more Americans are heading toward Asia and Africa, where exactly are they going and why? The answer lies in a mix of safety, respect, and the chance to be welcomed, authentically. Let's talk statistics first. Travel to Asia is holding steady, making up about 14% of global international travel, which puts it on par with Europe. Meanwhile, interest in both the Middle East and Africa soared. Searches jumped 40% in Q1 2025 year-on-year for those regions, marking them as high-interest destinations. Safety matters, especially for Americans seeking both adventure and reassurance. Take Thailand. In mid-2025, U.S. travel officials elevated Thailand's safety status to the top tier, thanks to infrastructure upgrades, improved emergency response systems, and new visitor assist centers. Those investments are paying off. Thailand is now one of the fastest-growing yet safest destinations for American tourists. Across the African continent, tourism is booming in countries that are getting it right on infrastructure and hospitality. Mauritius, for example, was ranked the safest in Africa by the 2024 Global Peace Index, maintaining the top spot for safety and stability. That kind of reputation gives U.S. travelers a soft landing, peace of mind so you can enjoy island beaches, coral reefs, and warm locals without stress. Cape Town is another standout. In 2024 alone, it welcomed over 2.4 million visitors and poured more than 25 billion rand into its economy. And an impressive 7% of local jobs depend on tourism. Despite concerns about crime in urban hotspots, the city has invested heavily in technology, like 2,000-plus CCTV cameras, gunfire detection systems, and rapid response teams, to protect tourists and boost public safety in major zones like Table Mountain and the V&A waterfront. Beyond infrastructure, there's a deeper emotional connection. A poll of 2,025 countries that love Americans shows that Japan, 73%, South Korea, 79%, and Nigeria, 74%, hold some of the strongest positive views of the US, even higher than many European nations. That goodwill translates to warmth on the ground, whether you're exploring Seoul's neon-lit streets or chatting with locals over Mohinga in Myanmar. So what's the takeaway? Asia and parts of Africa are no longer fringe or risky. They're emerging as safe, welcoming destinations with real cultural respect and infrastructure that makes solo or foreign travelers feel truly comfortable. Next up, we'll pull everything together in a 2026 travel roadmap, outlining where to go, how to plan, and how this great shift in American travel is reshaping how we explore the world. That chapter closes with a stunning travel surprise you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. So, why are so many Americans rewiring their travel plans? It's not just one thing, it's several forces converging. Rising costs, political turbulence, a hunger for wellness and meaning, stronger global connectivity, and cultural resonance with places that feel seen and safe. Europe isn't off limits, but for many, Asia and Africa now offer better value, deeper stories, and a sense of welcome. Cost is a starting point. Europe's rising prices and perceptions of American visitors are pushing budgets to look elsewhere. Meanwhile, Asia and Africa are innovating with new flight routes, expanded tourism infrastructure, and targeted hotel growth. That's creating practical access and good value. Wellness and transformation are drawing travelers too. Retreats, farm healing, meaningful safari journeys. Families and solo explorers are paying top dollar for trips that move their hearts, not just their cameras. Culture and belonging also matter. The reverse migration movement, particularly among African Americans, isn't a trend. It's a return to roots rooted in personal freedom, combined with warm local receptions in places like Japan, Singapore, Nigeria, and Kenya. These regions feel more emotionally accessible than ever. Connectivity and infrastructure make big differences. Airlines are adding new routes, like Atlanta to Accra, Washington to Dakar, and robust offerings across Asia-Pacific, making these places easier to visit than some European locales. Cultural resonance and safety matter too. Surveys show countries like Japan, South Korea, and Nigeria rank among the most welcoming to Americans. Safety indexes highlight destinations like Mauritius and Cape Town, reinforcing the message you can feel human, safe, and seen outside Europe. 1. Pick your vibe. Is it serenity and healing you want? Start in Thailand or South Africa's wellness lodges. Craving cultural reconnection? Consider Accra or Nairobi. Want epic wildlife and luxury? Kenya and Madagascar are stunning, and now more accessible. 2. Book smart and early. Watch new long-haul routes like JFK-Lagos, add safari plus beach packages, or snag rooms in new TUI resorts in Southeast Asia or Egypt. Inventory is expanding, but insiders get the deals. 3. Blend themes. Build a trip around multiple goals, like a wellness retreat, a safari, and immersive cultural tours, anywhere from Jordan to Vietnam or Rwanda. 4. Lean into the shift. This isn't just vacation planning, it's a travel revolution. Besides skipping Europe, Americans are exploring identity, wellness, creativity, and depth. Be part of that wave, not just seeing new places, but being shaped by them. Your 2026 travel story starts here, in new skies, new cultures, and new horizons. Stick around! I've got one final bonus destination to share that combines all these themes: affordable, meaningful, accessible, and you won't see it coming. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching. The Great Migration. If these hidden truths about American travelers fascinated you, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. More scandals, secrets, and smart travel insights are coming. Your next adventure starts in our next video.